What's up YouTube, COD format 220 and welcome back to our Company Heroes 2, playing on Considered Summer, a 4v4. Or, yeah, something like that. Anyway, this was kind of added to the rotational a while ago. I haven't actually shown a match on it yet, so this should be quite fun. So I'm basically talking, I really play Company Heroes only with friends, Nick and Juicebox are here. I really only play with like squads of people because I kind of know their strengths and our weaknesses, and it's better to communicate that way because it's very important to be able to quickly talk to a teammate of yours and have them actually be able to respond. Sometimes there's language issues too. Usually not though. Most people do speak English. Then again, that's just for me. I'm Company Heroes too. So this map has some choke points. It has a bridge right here. It has another bridge right here. And a bridge in the south. Now this map looks a lot like a map from COH 1. It might even be roughly the same basic version. You can see we have a nice some nice water here. Anyway, so my plan is I've gone with the infantry company, and so is Lipton. This way we can get priests and artillery. Artillery is going to be huge on this. Our opponents are obviously going to, we have 3 OKW opponents. They're going to be building some Stuka Sufus. This guy has a Storm Tiger, which was just added actually to this Elite Armor Doctrine because they took it out of the basic rotation on their building with that massive update on, I believe it was July 20th. They did that. So, we broke up our sectors here. I am French guys here covering the center, and we have Nick on my right flank, and Juicebox and Lipton on the southern flank here. Now they're going to actually push in and take over the victory point early on in the match to kind of put pressure on the Wehrmacht. So I see a Kuppelwagen, and I'm like, great, Kuppelwagen. However, he can't suppress all of us. So he's actually going to fall back because he sees multiple units of mine. And I'm like, these guys do not stand a chance. My rear echelon are simply here to kind of stall them and basically absorb fire as my men get a heavy cover into position here. So this is just a temporary setback in the center area, and more troops moving up. And I'm putting my troops right behind the heavy cover right here. So now they'll be in a lot of trouble. You can see in the south here, Lipton and Juicebox moving in. Juicebox is in green, Lipton is in light blue. And you can see they're definitely making a push, hurrying them early on, but we don't even have our own victory point here. Nick went to secure the bridge first, which is important. Anyway, he's starting to lay some barbed wire, and I shot 2 of his men, so he's going to fall back and lay down a mine here, which is smart. And then I see that the Kuppelwagen has shifted over and is, attacking them in the church here. This is a very urban map, and it's actually going to be great. You can see what's going to be great for one of our opponents is he went with the Luftwaffe Ground Force Doctrine, which gave him Fallschirmjägers, which can pop out of any house. Now, it's pretty much impossible to destroy. It'll take a very long time to destroy every single building on this map that Fallschirmjäger can pop out of, so we'll see that happen in a little bit. So you can see they're shooting out of the church. They're really pushing these guys back here. Anyway, so I'm going to push up in the center here. I don't really see any opposition. And I noticed they really left everything out of the center. I hit a mine, unfortunately, there. Thankfully, it only killed 2 guys. I'm actually going to push up into this house. I see that we're getting a lot of pressure on this side, and I also see there's a Kuppelwagen right here. So I'm hopping into this house, I can kind of secure it. And then I also have more troops moving ahead. I've also got to fight a position to help kind of stop the point, basically, stop them from capturing. Just use a machine gun up here. It'll be very hard for them early on, especially the OKW, to deal with the fighting position. So she's shooting right in the back of this Kuppelwagen, which he hasn't noticed that we're shooting into him. And we have a lot of assault engineers from Juicebox here. Lipton's gonna fall back with some of his vet true troops, and Nick is also pushing up to help me out. The problem with this house is, just like I've talked about with other urban buildings, it's really, there's enough windows here to be basically aimed on this side. It's not really meant to fight on this side. You can probably shoot one guy out of that top floor there. At least the way the game mechanics work. So I'm asking Nick to basically shoot at these guys that are to my side there. And they're just going to hop in this house. I didn't realize there was actually 2 houses here, but he's forced to fall back. And as when the artillery begins, they've immediately started opening up with a infantry support gun, which actually has it seems like a little bit of a long range for an infantry support gun, to be honest. I don't know if they buff this. Anyway, I hopped out my rifleman and he got killed as he got out of there. So I've now lost that house, and I'm building another one of these. You know, or basically just put a lot of pressure. We're holding multiple victory points. We're holding all three of them on. They're just depleting their own victory points here and really pressuring them. Now this isn't going to last forever because there's far too many machine guns, but a very nice demo charge could have done a lot of damage here. He actually had enough to do it, just destroy a house, but I think he started to put one on the bridge to kind of cover his retreat if he needs to fall back here. Now just because I've been pushed out of this house right here does not mean I'm completely done falling back. I still have troops up here, and I've also upgrading again. This will really make it hard for the enemy to try to even possibly capture this victory point right here. And they're doing what Storm Pioneers do really well, is getting right near buildings and basically shoot right through the window, but he's got to pull these guys out or he's going to lose them. Will he get away? And then guess what? A flak half-track pulls up and that guy got wiped out. So Lipton's losing some squads. I've already lost a squad or two. They're putting MGs up here, and I'm trying to kind of barbed wire this off. I was going to have my lieutenant kind of screen as I really want to kind of put a forward position here with barbed wire and then basically just hold them here with that fighting position. But I'm being shot at by the machine gun. Nick hopped a Vet 2 squad in this building here. That squad's basically dead either way at this point. They got killed retreating. You might as well just stay and die in there pretty much. So I'm going to bring these guys up. We do have the machine gun here. It's suppressing my troops as I try to get in this building here. Which I managed to do. And now I have frag grenades, so I'm going to throw a grenade right into this building here. You know, I was wondering why that grenade didn't do any damage to the building. The guys were too far away when I threw it. So I'm doing exactly what they did with the Storm Pioneers earlier. That one actually went in. So we're under fire here. Definitely just... It's only really one machine gun here, but we're getting pretty close to the enemy base here. Nick is just trying to support us in the south here. They're actually shooting at the bridge trying to destroy it. And they have an MG there. So we're being pushed back at this point here, but there's more Grenadiers coming up, and we're in a little bit of trouble here. The enemy's starting to shift their forces more towards the center. You can see all these enemy units here, like 3 or 4 different players. 3 different players are in here, so I realized I could not complete my barbed wire. It was just too dangerous, so it kind of blocks from garrison the building this way. I have to go in front of the machine gun, so that helps. They can also just hop in the building right here, so from that side. So I'm going to continue trying to lay the barbed wire, and if the enemy pushes up far enough... Yeah, I lost another squad there. It's really not good. I could grab myself a mortar half-track, but I'm saving up everything. At this point I decided to withdraw. I'm saving up everything to basically get a priest. Now, this should suppress them. And you also have an AA half-track. Nick definitely likes to get this guy out early on against these guys. So that's exactly why I put the fight position. And also, if they try to flank around the fight position, they get around it somehow, this one's going to cover that one's back. A grenade would have been perfect right here. You could have used some smoke or something. In fact, smoke would have been a really good idea right there, but grenades going off, that should... Oh, we got lucky to get his squad wiped out there. Both these guys are pinned, though, because they built their own bunker. Now, it doesn't have an MG just yet, but they're upgrading it now. The Kupelwagen was covering there. So the 2 MGs there forced Lipton's forces back. This bridge is still up somehow. I would have just... Honestly, they're just shooting at it. Your Saboteur is going to get destroyed anyway, so he just decided to blow it up there. So the center, we're hunkering, you know, hunkering down. We're basically fortifying and defending our area here. The problem is no man's land right here, and we own it. So we have the point. We have the means to hold the point right now, and it's basically, you know, their game right now. Like your move. We have the center victory point. There's 2 fighting positions on it, and we have more troops behind the lines here that can help move up. And we also have some superior artillery to them right now with the mortar. Now, I've never got any good use out of the mortar half-track for the Americans, to be honest. It's never really helped me out, and I've got a couple of them, and I just feel like I mean, I used them a while ago. I feel like they're not as good as they were. Now, these guys with the mortars and the infantry support guns have actually... They're really making this kind of their forward base. He put his truck the wrong way. I should have put it like this guy's facing the direction to be attacking from. So we are in trouble a little bit here because now we've lost our fighting position. And that actually was a great hit. Nick, Juicebox actually, with the mortar. I love the pack howitzer for the US. It does a lot of damage. I'll be doing a lot of damage on my own with the priest coming up anyway. So we're actually keeping the AA half-track in reserve. The AA half-track, it depends who shoots first, really, but the AA half-track gets some rear penalties when it gets shot at by the flak half-track. So it's getting suppressed, and their men are actually getting killed, so they're forced to fall back here. But I do have a darn MG right here. Perfect spot for an MG, actually. This is great placement by this player. By 6 edge. And artillery is just raining in. It seems like they have 3 infantry support guns and this mortar half-track. Now, I love the German version of the mortar half-track because it has the flaming incendiary mortar barrage, which is devastating. So Nick is going to lose this guy, unfortunately, but we do have a steward out, which is really good. He's actually... Someone threw smoke down to kind of capture the center back, but yeah, we're just getting pounded by the German artillery right now. And he sees this mortar half-track. This will be one of many they have. I don't think he should necessarily pull back right there. I have my infantry right here to support him. Now, you'd think 3 OKW players have a distinct advantage in artillery, and right now it's showing because they have the infantry support guns and they also have the Stuka Fuses, which have not come out yet. But you can see me just saving up my fuel. I'm actually grabbing a Jackson tank destroyer first. I cannot make a priest just yet, and I figure the Jackson will give me a little bit of a anti-tank if, you know, if I want to sneak up and try to kill something. See, that got destroyed there. This guy is under fire from, it looks like the special artillery the US has on your Vet 1. It's the delayed HE barrage. Not as accurate, but it's quite deadly against infantry. Now look what these guys are doing. They're going to pop out Fallschirmjägers on this side and actually capture the victory point. You know, why go for the victory point that's very contested right now? Why not just take the one that's not contested, you know? These guys are actually destroying our fuel caches all over the place too. The problem is they can just keep popping guys out of these houses, and there's a ton of the houses. Anyway, I have my cool skin here on my Jackson. I'm gonna push up in a position here, run over a light post. Look how shredded this is. Like, this is very... The ground is very, very turned up here. Anyway, these guys are now chasing my rear echelon troops, which is very bad because they'll get destroyed by them. And these guys are actually going to do a lot of damage against the fuel cache. They even used a Panzerfaust against it. These are only 190 for me to build, so I don't mind building a couple of them. You can see I have one right here. And the first Stuka Fuse barrage took out actually my fighting position there. And my tank literally would not shoot here. Like, it's just, it went right next to this guy and just stopped firing, and I'm just going to be dumb here and just lose it. They have an AT right there. I pulled too far up, but you guys missed it. My tank literally pulled up right to here, and right here was a mortar half-track, and just didn't even shoot. So I lost that, but I didn't really accomplish anything. I mean, I took out their bunkers. No one has a bunker on this side, and they know we're gathering around here, so the Stuka I'm sure will start targeting along here. And they're also taking our fuel away because of these darn Fallschirmjägers. That's going to cost them in the long run because those guys are pretty expensive. Fallschirmjägers do cost 440 manpower. I think that's what they used to cost. Let's just double check that. Yeah, it still costs 440 manpower. They used to cost 360 back when they first came out, I remember. And my infantry, we have light machine guns, some of us, and we're just trying to hold down the center here and just kill the enemy units. basically how long they want to stay here before they retreat. No one can really take this over. There's a bazooka right here. And we are just getting slaughtered. We're getting suppressed. And I didn't actually know, but some of these guys can apparently... Something's suppressing my troops here. But I threw some smoke up. I just tossed the rifles, the smoke grenade, just right on top of my troops here. And I gotta fall back. I'm gonna lose this unit here. I'm very close to losing them here. I lost them there. You know what I'm doing? I'm setting up forward command posts here and reinforcing. But I did capture that, so that's good. And we run just as the Stuka gets ready. So far it has 1 kill. And now it has 2 kills. But they've almost managed to, you know, thankfully Lipton and Juicebox with their tanks. It's a mortar carriage. Howitzer mortar carriage. Basically killed those units, so they also keep popping right here. So Juicebox is actually gonna, with his captain, just start destroying the buildings along this side, so they can't just pop out and keep harassing our fuel. But like I said, they can just pick any building basically and pop their troops out of it. The Soviet partisans, I bet, would be great on this map. They can just keep constantly popping out behind them. So I'm basically just saying, guys, I'm going to save up. I got a ton of manpower and fuel I'm floating here just to save up for the priest. They're even using the incendiary artillery. Oh, they're actually using counter barrage to be able to see that. The German units, they have counter barrage. Basically, whenever they see something through the fog of war, and they're just waiting and they'll fire back at enemy artillery. It's really quite great. This guy got hit by something, and that's a Panther. I just gotta say, that Panther looks really cool with the skin he has on there. But this basically kills all hit points. More artillery's going down. That's the thing, you can try to take this point, but artillery's just gonna come down on you no matter what. They just have enough units to take this, unfortunately, though, and Stuka is going off again. But heavy artillery's going down. It's the artillery that Lipton's unlocked. It's the time on target barrage. They basically fire a bunch of quick shells in succession of each other. Anyway, I'm not going to let them have this for long. Look how fast my unit got destroyed here. Anyway, I threw the smoke a little too premature there because actually you got him still through the smoke here. You got to be careful about lining up your guys. The Stuka is pretty deadly. So interesting to see 3 OKW players. I think it's too much. They have the infantry, right, but they don't really have any kind of heavier tanks. They have the Panther, but you're not going to have a Tiger or anything that might be useful to go through this bottleneck here. This really reminds me of Pripyat a little bit with the fighting over the choke point in the middle there. Now we do have a lot of AT here. Now I'm a little worried that they're a little bunched up here, and then Stuka could instantly just destroy all of them. They're dropping more units here. They're now using their special ability. We'll go on to see. Go on to Edge here. He's been very good at harassing us. This is the airborne assault, which basically lets them drop, you know, an air. Basically drops the Fallschirmjägers, and then they'll lay down some cover fire from an aircraft. The Stukas. And they're getting, you know, I'm surprised that building's still standing, to be honest. This one right here. I'm surprised they're not manning it either. But they basically concentrated all their stuff right around here. All their artillery is really close to each other, and you can just see the devastation going on between the two sides here. And we're getting the worst of it. We are losing right now. We may be winning on victory points, but they keep harassing our fuel over here. And what they're really doing well is they have a lot of artillery, and we're somehow able to hold the center really well here. You know, we're losing it, but we're instantly taking it back. And you can see that destroyed him. I believe Lipton has his first priest, which he does. And they're tossing grenades at each other. They actually lost the grenade there, but they got wiped out there too. So center is neutralized once again. And we can't really do anything. I mean, we could try to repair this bridge and flank around, but they have machine guns and stuff there. You can see that Tiger got destroyed by something else. And they're basically trying to find our command post. You can see they blew up Juice Box's ambulance there. Or Lipton's ambulance. It was one of the two. Now one thing that's bad is I should have just made my own ambulance, to be honest. I have the fuel. Because then I could have just kept healing my guys up. Because they have an ambulance down there and it doesn't passively heal, you have to activate it, so... yeah, you can see they're not healing up. So the problem with being this close quartered like that is he just lost 3 full squads there. The artillery is just devastating. These guys have, even though they have no kills, these guys have 6. There's like 6, there's 5 howitzers. No, 6, 7 infantry support guns that we're going against right now. And these guys fire pretty fast. These guys have 17 kills, these guys have 8. And I have my two machine guns here. They're not going to last forever, but it's going to pin these units down. I'm going to immediately... see, this artillery is just devastating. You can see what they brought here. The Storm Tiger. This is going to be devastating against any infantry, including some tanks also. So the first priest is coming out here. And I want to be targeting around this area right here. I see they have a bunker. That's the Fog of War, though. I kind of know they have... I know they have a lot of units around here, but I don't know how concentrated they were. So right now they're controlling the center, which is pretty bad. You know, you can really use the Storm Tiger basically to great effect. Now, I was a little worried that they would try to go across this bridge, but they had no interest here. They have 3 rings of razor wire. Anyway, first shots from this guy are coming down. I'm actually targeting around this area here. And the second priest is coming around. I should be able to get a third priest soon. I actually managed to wipe out 2 of their squads here. So there goes 2 of the infantry support squads. And also artillery's coming down right here. I didn't do this, but I think someone else did. The white phosphorus from, I think it's Nick has the... yeah, Nick's white phosphorus is going to devastate those guys. They're going to have no health on their units. And smoke is going down. So we're trying to coordinate these, you know, throw a lot of artillery at them, throw some smoke in and try to take back the center here. But you can see we can't even see the units right here because of all the smoke. We just know it's not being captured here, and then these guys pop out of nowhere and just wipe out our, you know, that unit right there. No one's grabbing the bazooka. I don't think we really need it. It's basically going to be an infantry and artillery slugfest here. And then I got hit by this guy. And there goes my squad. Devastating. Then they also, the Wehrmacht's got a Sturmpanzer also. You know, it's a smaller one. It's not a Storm Tiger, it's just a Storm Panzer, so it's a much smaller unit. But it's still pretty good against infantry units. So I now have 3 of these guys here. The thing about the Stuka Sufusas is that they don't, you know, they devastate units here. You can see my priest. Yeah, we see a lot of priests. I'm shooting every moment I can get, and look at that! Wow. There goes that Wehrmacht right there. Now they're right behind our lines. You know, I'm trying to get my majors running out of the way. And you can see that cannon just wiped out, you know, between... yeah, they got wiped out. You can see the Stukas, there's now 3 of them, so they're switching from the lighter artillery to the Stuka Sufusas. And they're being smart, right? They're not just going to leave their artillery there. But we roughly know where they are. In a little bit, I'm going to move my major up to the coast right here to start running recon flights, because I'm saving up a lot of munitions at this point. I'll run some recon flights, and then I'll be able to basically see where the enemy is, and then be able to target static positions like their bunkers and their posts like this. You can see that guy just ran into an easy 8 here. Now, is it me, or does it seem like that's a little too powerful? Like, I want to see how much this Storm Tiger actually costs. A unit that costs slightly more fuel than an Easy 8 should not be able to destroy an Easy 8 in one hit. I'm okay with that. Was a tool against infantry. It shouldn't be used against tanks. Now you can say, okay, it has the reload function too, but you got to keep in mind though that being able to one-shot an Easy 8 is overpowered. You get one or two of those guys, you can take them out. They're just gonna launch artillery. I'm launching some of my own around this area. You can see they're trying to like run around, scramble, capture this point. Now my machine gunners are somehow surviving this. Buildings are collapsing everywhere. And then you think it's bad now. Now they're getting artillery. The 10.5 centimeter artilleries are they're gonna start making multiple of these. So these guys are going all out artillery on us, and we are still somehow holding this. And look, he almost killed some of his own men with the Stuka there. He's gonna push this guy up and wipe out another unit right there. It's very devastating. I'm gonna get some of my own priests. They're shooting right back at us with artillery, so I gotta move this guy. So we are killing some units. You can see I now have 4 of these guys. 8 kills, 3 kills, 13, and 3 on that one. So I just concentrating target barrage on this area right here. We're actually doing a decent amount of damage against these guys. And you can see the Stuka is moving up, shooting all its rockets. And I'm kind of nervous because my men are bunched up here. They're trying to, it's basically an artillery duel here. They're trying to kill our priests. If we didn't have the priests, we'd be screwed right now because we have nothing to shoot back at them with. We have our artillery, they can just move around. And I'm trying to get these guys to help repair. Because he gains veterans from nearby allies, which basically allows him. I don't know if I use Vet 3 can lock down friendly territory. That's pretty cool. So I've split up my artillery. I don't want to be around this area here. So I have some of my artillery right behind these houses here. I figure if they fall short, they're going to hit the houses here and kind of give me some cover. And then these guys are just over here to make it not too easy. So I'm desperately trying to make sure I don't get killed by this thing by basically just running. And G-Spox went out of control. I gotta fall back. Heavy artillery is raining down. And that's my own artillery, I believe. But this is almost dead here. And they have 4 Sukusufusis. They're building some more artillery. Just an artillery match, really. I've actually used these guys for the first time in a long time. These artillery are very good. These guys fire really fast. Look, after its barrage is done, it needs 40 seconds. You can fire again. Is that a little too fast? Maybe. And it's pretty accurate too. And he's got to be careful because of this guy. It's going to one-shot him here. Artillery's being called down on this guy. It's very hard to kill. It's got super thick armor, even from the side there. More artillery's being called down. We're just trying to kill the enemy units here. I would not want to be one of the guys that would have to charge up and try to take this point here. It's a grenade exchange here. And it looks like, yeah, that guy got wiped out. We're being neutralized here. All the Stukas are right here and just shooting. They're trying to get very far behind our lines, just devastate this whole area, and they managed to do that with their concentrated fire there. By the time I had responded, these guys being bunched up, they would have been gone. I was actually focusing on a, we're also getting hit from right around here, so I was focusing on that too. Trying to keep units secure so we can see where that shell is going to be landing. I'm actually aiming right along here because I know they have a mortar here and infantry support gun. I know they're trying to repair here, and I managed to get a direct hit and destroy their medical bunker there. So their bunkers have been destroyed. They're bombing the hell out of us, but we're still getting a little bit better of this engagement, I like to think. And that wiped out another unit there. And check this out. They have, well, they're shooting back, and they're starting to like gather up some troops along the outskirts of the edge here, you know, with their manpower. Excess manpower. But now I have 4 of these guys here, and I'm just gonna start. I'm probably getting the idea, hey, maybe I can move up and spot for recon here. So you can see right now I'm just basically blind firing. I know there's, you can see these guys here with my recon. So you can see that that's destroyed, and I know they have artillery over here now. I can hear it, that's for sure. Some of my artillery is damaged, so I'm trying to repair it. So we are repairing right now here at the rear echelon as more artillery is being shot around us here. I direct hit couldn't nail one of these guys. Now they're making a push towards the center here. But they turn the Panther around, and look at Juicebox, the AT master here. Just kidding. He has 3 Wolverines. He seems to like to do things in 3s. He has 3 AT guns that got destroyed. Now he has a bunch of Wolverines. And that was just devastating on this position right here. Unfortunately, this guy is almost in the building there. And that guy got destroyed by an easy 8. The easy 8 got almost leveled by that. He has a ton of his guys right here. If I had seen this, I'd have leveled around this area here. I'll have to see. I mean, I have a lot of my artillery shooting here. It's generally a good idea. And look, these guys popped out of the building behind me. These guys can hurt me pretty badly, but if they had managed to, they actually killed some of their own troops with their Stuka Sufus. These guys have machine guns on them, keep in mind. So these guys aren't just completely defenseless. Now, if they had hit my engine and then launched the Stuka Sufus, that would have been really good. Because I would have been stuck, I wouldn't have been able to move. You can see this got a devastating number of kills, 22 so far. Then again, my guy is 25, only 4 on this guy. 11 on that guy. A couple of these. Let's go to the guy with 25 here. This guy is a vehicle. No vehicles, infantry on this guy. Vehicle, this guy's destroyed. So you can see they're kind of moving up with the Storm Tiger right here. He's got to be very careful because this guy can. It's just barely managed to neutralize that before that unit got completely wiped out. That's a waste of munitions there. Looks like he's reloading, and when he reloads, he can't actually move. So we're shooting into him. Juicebox has all his guys repairing back here. It looks like, or some of them will be repairing soon. Look at that devastating barrage. After I see all this, I'm not going to position my guys around here anymore. I'm trying to destroy their artillery that I know it's around here. So I know that one's right here because of my spotter, so hopefully be able to take that out. You can see we're getting a lot of devastating hits on this guy, and that one's a direct hit and wiped out that gun completely. So yeah, if I need to lay down some fire on these guys, I can really lay down some fire with these priests. And we've continued to hold the center, right? So every time they take it, we take it right back, pretty much. So they don't really have the infantry forces. They have a lot of. They really don't have a ton of infantry. This guy has some oversoldon here. Let's go look at their troops here. This guy just has. Yeah, this guy we're looking at, paratrooper. Let's go look at this Korean guy. He has Korea's title, and he had a bunch of Korean characters. So yeah, 2 machine guns. This guy's all the Fallschirmjägers behind our lines. He's trying to hide. Yeah, this guy has no infantry whatsoever. They have no infantry to keep. You know, we could keep throwing riflemen at here, right? Do not send the expensive infantry to take the point either. These guys are just going to get devastated by artillery. And my machine gun's actually facing the wrong way here. I'm repairing all my guys here. And he's waiting to activate these guys. He wants to kill some of my artillery. Now these guys are just going to instantly get killed by this cheap unit here. I mean, the AA half-track isn't exactly super cheap, but it's very cost effective for what you get. And I actually managed to did that little thing where I launched artillery from right here, and I managed to take out one of his Stuka Fuses. So he's building another one of these guys. So when I can, I'm using my recon here to kind of figure out where they are. They're building another. I don't know if this is his first one, but I remember destroying something right around here. See, he's got a 30. He's putting these guys on do not fire. He's going to just come out and get a royal surprise for my guys here. We also have the creeping barrage, which could be quite useful. And they're just wasting manpower, I think. They don't have a ton of infantry to begin with. And just, I mean, you're going to harass the victory point. I get it. But we're just going to take it right back. And this guy has been devastating. 19 kills, several vehicle kills. He has 3. So I'm going to push on into the center here in a minute. Once we coordinate some smoke of some sort so I don't get destroyed. I got hit by some artillery there. So you can see I very briefly saw his artilleries around here. Got shot down. So now I can adjust accordingly. So all my guys are going to begin to just start firing away. It's going to be a rapid barrage. We'll see. I think they're coming around this area here. I wonder why I'm targeting right. I wonder why I was targeting right there. Yeah, they moved everything. This would have been a good target. Oh, they have their fuel over here, man. They also have a bunker. They really thought we were going to go down that side. Now look, there's going to be a 4th unit coming up soon.
Send your mission.
You can see White Foss. Actually, they threw smoke down of some sort. It looks like this guy is... But I don't know why he put the Stuka Fuse there, but he just wiped out a massive amount of his... You know, he killed a whole squad. So basically, he wiped out a massive amount of enemy troops. Now we have something right here. Now the recon plane. I'm able to call a recon from like... I can click right here. It's just outside of my guy's range here. So you can see they're popping up into position here. I can see the artillery's right here. Devastating. They keep shooting down those planes. And I'm just going to call some artillery down on this. I'm getting 62 artillery per munitions a minute. Just destroy this headquarters there. It stops them from building Panthers, and it's very expensive for them to replenish. So these guys are pretty beat up because of the White Foster, so I'll definitely win this fight here. And once he figured out that I'm right here, look what he's going to do. He's going to send his force here and try to Panzerfaust me. You know, you think you're safe behind your own lines, but he's been building this up for a couple minutes here. And it's going to be devastating here. I have no infantry. I have like a machine gun crew that I see. And I'm just like, what the hell is this, guys? So I'm going to immediately run away. That one's pretty much screwed. It's dead. My machine gun just happened to be in position here, so it's going to suppress these guys. I try to run away. And the Shermans are here to deal with these paratroopers here. So I was able to get away. So for... He's going to lose 1,200 manpower here, right? Actually, he's going to lose 1,600 manpower-ish. And he got one of my priesters I'm immediately replacing here. Look at these units. Completely all 4 units just wiped out. So that was devastating for him. It was a very good idea. I mean, it was a decent idea to try to expose some tanks like that, but really you should only get 1 or 2. I wouldn't have done 4, that's a little overkill, because that's this whole infantry force, and you're probably going to be on a one-way mission, to be honest. So I'm just going rear echelon, to be honest, here. So, getting some recon here, seeing what they have once again. And now I'm going to call artillery right onto these guys here. Now, I wasn't able to see this in the battle because there's no, you know, there wasn't a line of sight. These guys can't move their artillery, obviously. So I managed to wipe out. You know, my artillery hit everywhere but the guns, it seems like. But he's close enough that he can just reinforce off of this bunker here. And that bunker's going to be very hard to kill. So he's going to heal up his troops. So this is very dangerous, but I'm going to bring up all my guys in a nice, neat line here. Just try to quickly shoot and then get out of here. So it's a lot of artillery. You can see we're still winning on the victory points by a lot, actually. Eventually these guys are going to get sick of it. My artillery's shooting all over. Like, he's that far off. Too short, too far. Like, we need to lock this down. And I had to back up at that point. I got a little too nervous because I heard the Stuka is shooting here. They really stopped using them, it seems like. They're not really activating them that much anymore. But they are getting some armor now, so they're kind of focusing more a little bit on armor here. If he builds another headquarters here, that is just not very smart. It's just going to get killed like the other headquarters that were all around here. I mean, I've destroyed that one twice. You're just wasting fuel. There you go. 30 kills. I've had almost 100 kills with the Stuka. He's going to get behind our lines here. But just bad positioning. You know, we got lucky here. He's trying to go after, you know, my very good sacrifice Panther and try to kill some of my units, and it got abandoned. So now we have a Panther. That was just kind of unlucky because, and then after you see that, you're going to throw in another one. This guy's main gun is destroyed, so he can't do anything. He's got to fall back here. This guy's like shocked. Here he's a damaged engine, even though he's pretty much full health here. And yeah, the Wolverine's definitely got a big buff since the last time I played with the Wolverine. I thought it was a really bad unit, but now they've really made it a lot tougher. And yeah, you're just gonna keep, you know, he's just losing all this manpower here needlessly. Just 6 edge. And we got more tanks. We have a King Tiger here, guys. When I saw this run up, I'm like, we are in trouble here. Our tanks are like almost dead. There's a King Tiger here. At this point, I'm grabbing a Jackson. If I could, I would grab a Jackson. So I have the artillery, right? That's my strength here. So I'm gonna have to like level this whole area. So we have to kill that King Tiger. I just have a bunch of cheap rear echelon infantry. I figure they're just gonna get killed anyway, trying to take the center a lot. Why send expensive troops like Fallschirmjägers, you know? Alright, I might be sending Volks Grenadiers. You can see how devastating that Sherman is with that HE barrage, that HE shells it shoots. So artillery is going down here, so is smoke. We're trying to take back the center. So a little bit of poor coordination from our side because we shot smoke and white phosphorus at the same time, so we'll injure any of our units. But bad choice, easy 8, and then you also have the Jackson here shooting the rear armor of this guy. And he got taken out, so that's another enemy armor destroyed. This guy's very dangerous though. He's killed like 4 vehicles here. Wow, we lost. We literally lost sound of the game there for a second. So there's another easy 8 taken down by this beast. Might have to get you guys a gameplay with the Storm Tiger. Tiger. Sometimes I say it the German way, sometimes I say it the American way. So I'm getting shot to pieces here. What sucks is these guys can just keep healing up.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
And he actually is too far away from this one to heal. So here's a piece of an American plane right here.
Rear echelon troops on
The thing is, we can just keep we have the smoke capability, and they do not. Wow, this guy's already ready to fire again.
rear echelon squad.
And you can see these guys are, I don't know if they're spotting or anything, but my guy is still up here. My major. And these guys pop out of this house here, and I'm like, well, we're going to lose this fight. I'm going to quickly hop my men into a house here. Because my rear echelon squads do not stand a chance against those units here. So you can see the buildings have basically been destroyed along our field here, so they can just pop out with the units. And there's another King Tiger. So now Paratrooper is a King Tiger, and Top Fragger was me again, also as a King Tiger. And this is an abandoned Sherman here. We need to really remand this. We don't need some scouts. So I just see my rear echelon here, and I'm like, okay. We're pretty screwed. 2 King Tigers. So you know what I'm going to do? Everyone's going to shoot. We're just going to launch everything we have towards the center here. And I'm losing troops here, that's okay. As long as its rear armor is getting hit. And I'm calling, Smoke's calling, well, basically we're going to try to kill this guy. So he did a lot of damage. But he's popping back up. Like he doesn't know what to do. There's just so much smoke, and they actually kill the rear echelon squad there. Vet 5. This thing is going to be horrible to try to take out. And I got news for you. It won't be actually taken out in this match.
Send your mission.
So they're actually trying to kill my ambulance. I fired from around this area, so hey, if they kill a house, it's less Fallschirmjägers for them to kill, basically. For us to kill on our side. So these guys are pretty damaged right here. And I just used my recon. I saw there were 2 King Tigers around this area here.
Under fire.
I see he's building more artillery. And we're capping this right now. But the artillery, like, I think so far we're winning the artillery duel. We're holding the center. We'll be able to kill a lot more than units. And we just don't have enough infantry to support them. Now we're losing a lot of men. Let's just look at the numbers here. 185 from Nikolov, 132, 149 from Lipton, and 88 for Deucebox. They've lost less troops overall. And yeah, I just use rear echelon, right? Just get the job done. These guys are so cheap. They're 160 anyway. Just throw them on the point there. And their machine gun crews have been wiped out here. That's why there's 2 MG42s just hanging out. You know, and I finally managed to kind of devastate this area. I finally managed to kill that crew. And destroy a fuel cache here, so.
We just lost a unit.
They're going to reman it instantly, though, and I'm sure they're going to start shooting back. And that got completely wiped out there. But he's just building, he has like, what, 5 of these guns? I destroyed 1. The thing is, we're mobile. Now take a look at this though. This King Tiger's right here. And we can fire pretty quickly soon. He's just going for, you know, Rambo here.
Tank destroyer is ready for action.
He's not even, we can't even pierce his armor, a lot of our troops. But I do have a Jackson out. I figured, you know, they're probably going to rush again. And he's in a bad position. There's a captain shooting at his back armor, and he got destroyed there. So King Tiger's down. The other one's right here. That wasn't fully repaired, that Tiger.
Enemy armor chewing us up.
Anyway, you have to manage to destroy that with that Fallschirmjäger there. But he got leveled by the Panthers. And yeah, I basically just started, I shot almost in a green barrage like manner. I put 1 shot here, 1 here, 1 there. So I basically just Took out a King Tiger there with my tanks, my priest. They're starting to get pretty desperate at this point. They're on to 89 victory points here, and they can't seem to. I mean, they're briefly holding it, but they're never able to fully take it for an extended period of time here. And they just lost 2 King Tigers. Now they set up another truck here. I mean, let's go look at his fuel here. Oh, he's got plenty of fuel. He can set up like 6 of these. Yeah, and the OKW has that Panzer IV now. Yeah, so they took out the Storm Tiger and they put the Panzer IV in there. And oh man, would I have loved to just take that guy out with a couple of the priests here.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Anyway, these guys decided to get a little excited here, so I immediately tried to get the hell out of here. And if I'm not careful, I'm going to lose a vet too. But he gets the animation off. He actually... We were that close to getting away.
The gun carrier just got knocked out.
So this is very devastating. Just lost another priest, but I can grab another one, which is already being called into the field here. But these are veteran priests I'm losing, so fire much more quickly. And at this point, we managed to, you know, cover the bridge here. And they're launching everything they have at the bridge, and it's still not destroyed. And they're going in, and they're just going to destroy all these darn artillery pieces that are destroying me. Completely destroy it. So very nice flank from Lipton here. And he's also up here trying to go up to the Stuka Sufusis here. I'm trying to bring my Jackson to help support him. And that took out a Panther in one shot. This, I know he's Vet 5 here and he has a damage bonus, but that's still ridiculous. And they threw smoke down or something on these guys here.
Self-propelled howitzer on station and ready for action.
So I'm ready here to support if they need, but I'm calling artillery down on this guy right here. I've even got some infantry over here to try to take out that Stuka. Juicebox is now sending a ton of his troops, so they need to get some troops that repair that bridge to keep our bridgehead here. And he's basically going around looking for Stuka Sufusis, which are all hiding over here. And more artillery's going down here. But a Panther pulls up at this second here and we're in a little bit of trouble. So I managed to destroy this guy's engine. I'm going to move up. If I can, I will try to kill this thing. But actually at this point I want to make sure I take out another Stuka Sufus. So they're in a lot of trouble at this point here. I see another Stuka Sufus. They're trying to run away from him and they're running away from me. Running into my fortress. So I'm going to immediately do the armor piercing and just try to take that guy out, but it gets destroyed beforehand. They've destroyed the bridge here, which we're in a lot of trouble now because these guys are screwed. They're stuck on this side. He's gonna hop out and at least capture the victory point, but now they're stranded on that side of the bridge here. And this is somehow still alive. Don't ask me how. But they've lost a lot of their artillery. Now Lipton's gonna lose some tanks, right? He's going to lose a couple Shermans. But, you know, he'll recover. Because what he did was, he took out all their artillery. All their fixed pieces except one. Which is, you know, like, what, 3,000 manpower? And then he took out a couple Stukas with me. So now they only have, like, 2 Stuka Sufuses for their artillery here. And they're down to 50 points at this point. And we've also basically taken this guy over with the Panthers coming up, so I don't think his Wolverines, even in number, could stand up to them. He actually cannot man this because he lost a unit, which is really bad. So Juicebox does a smart thing and just destroys it, you know. And he's not going to win on frontal armor of the Panther here, so unfortunately I have support units over here, so oh, these guys even have the shells. The M93 shells. So they're getting a little desperate at this point. They're trying to take this over. And they're trying to capture this middle area again. Now if they try to capture this though, I have 4 priests here. I can pretty much just level this whole area if I want to, and I also have the artillery. You know, it was really Lipton that built the munitions caches around here that managed to survive. That really helped us just be able to pound these guys with artillery. Because we had the same doctrine. And juice box, so basically we went with the 3 doctrines. You know, we had the infantry, we had the Great Rifleman Company, and then we had juice boxes, you know, tanks. He dropped these guys in and they got stuck. He dropped them in using the airborne assault. And they don't stand a chance. So the good old rear echelon is going to be right here. These guys are... I finally figured out I have a little bit of time. I didn't want to lose my Vet 2 unit here. So now the Panzer IV and another King Tiger pulls up. So we're in a little bit of trouble here. What was this? It's like a mortar carriage. So we hear a Tiger tank and we're like, that's really bad. My men are getting killed. I'm just like, okay. You know, half our armor is stuck on this side, and one thing you gotta realize about the bulldozer is it's not designed against armor, especially when the armor is moving. So that's all this Panther needs to do. So I just lost my Jackson. But I'm gonna try to start leveling this area here again. So just shooting behind pretty much. I have another machine gun out here. So I lost my 2 ones earlier here and now they're back. Well, I basically just got a new one. It's not like the guys, you know, got reinforced on an ambulance or something. And artillery's gonna go down here. Around this area here. It's not my artillery, but they're down to 39 troops here. And that should pretty much wipe out that force. Now it killed friendly unit here. Anyway, just by even holding this longer, it's making it, you know, we don't even need to hold the center, we just need to hold the bottom and the northern victory point here. I really think that by having all the priests, Lipton and me, well, Lipton only has 1 priest now. I was really the massive artillery contributor, but he had mortars early on, the mortar half track. And does it make sense to you guys that the U.S. does not have any snipers? Like, of course the U.S. had snipers in World War II. Anyway, this darn thing is going to kill some more of our units, I'm sure. He's going to shoot and wipe out that unit right there. Just a devastating tool. Now they're just making all the cheap infantry now, so they should have been doing what we've done. We've been doing this for a long time. Like, I have all the rear echelons I can just call in. But yeah, you can see this whole area has been devastated by the... You know, we really won the artillery duel in this match. We had the... You know, we basically were able to kill all their heavy artillery in the back. We killed their Stukas. We killed multiple headquarters. And their King Tiger is... I think it got destroyed. I think I missed getting that King Tiger destroyed. Yeah, I just have a bunch of armor. So another King Tiger got destroyed, so that's 2 of them. So basically what I can provide for my allies is a lot of artillery support right now and cheap infantry. And now, they're smart here. They're just going to push. Like, why not? What's stopping them? All our armor has basically been destroyed, and we got all these nice juicy targets back here. But that's what they think. Then Juicebox come in with the Wolverine and Tank Destroyer to the rear armor of these guys. And Edge says good game. And that's the game. Good game to our opponents. They fought very hard. You can see the massive casualties on all sides. There's, you know, probably over 1,000 men. Let's see. Somewhere around there. Maybe in the upper 800s died in this match. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Cut from my T21 sign. Leave a comment down below. And I'll see you in the next episode.